Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, teachers and students, friends and advocates of music, good evening and welcome to the 4th annual Marion All-County Elementary Honor Choir Concert. My name is Kevin Christian, and as the Public Relations Officer for Marion County Public Schools, I promise you are in for a real treat tonight. As we begin, please give a round of applause to the Westport High School students who performed in their jazz combo, giving us our great musical atmosphere just before tonight's concert started. The Marion All-County Elementary Honor Choir event has been a memorable experience for both students and teachers throughout the day today, and tonight will definitely give you, the audience, a new appreciation for singing and the sound of children's voices. This unique event, sponsored by the Marion County Music Association, offers the most talented singers in Marion County's public elementary schools the opportunity to learn a challenging repertoire of choral music and then perform it with other musically talented elementary students. In order to further develop their vocal and musical skills, these young singers are also given the chance to sing with middle and high school students and are directed by a middle school chorus teacher. Tonight, we start our concert with a combined performance sung by our elementary, middle, and high school students. I will ask you at this time to please rise for the presentation of our colors, presented by Westport High School's Army Junior ROTC Color Guard, and the singing of our national anthem. You may be seated. And now, to formally welcome you to this wonderful evening of music is the Superintendent of Marion County Public Schools, Mr. George Tommen. He was elected in November 2012 and is a true Ocala native. He has tirelessly worked for our students' education for the past 37 years, and get this, every single one of them right here with Marion County Public Schools. He's been an educator and an administrator, and it's my pleasure to introduce him. He's also my boss, Superintendent George Tommen.
Thank you, Mr. Christian. It is a privilege to be here tonight. And for those of you who do have a program with you, I need you to make a correction in your program. If you're unable to do that right now, do that when you get home this evening. Right above my name, it says Distinguished Speaker. And what I'd like you to do tonight when we get home is to scratch out the word where it says speaker and insert the word listener, because that's exactly what my intentions are tonight. But before I return to my seat to be a listener, I want to congratulate all of these fine students who serve in this all-star choir, and I appreciate what you do. I want to thank all of those great teachers and administrators who coordinate the programs that provide these great opportunities. And I want to show a healthy appreciation for you parents, grandparents, and family members who are in the audience supporting our children tonight. So as I return to my seat, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Mr. Tomlin. Next, the Westport High School Chorus performs a special song for our elementary students seated before you. They are under the direction of Golden Apple teacher, Mrs. Nancy Atkinson. Please join me in welcoming the Westport High School Chorus. Tonight, we are pleased to introduce one of the newest members of our Marion County School Board. She is with us this evening. Mrs. Carol Ely began her 4-year board term in November of 2012. Her experience spans 37 years in education, which means she started the same as our superintendent. And Mrs. Ely is a strong public supporter of music and fine arts education. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Mrs. Carol Ely, our School Board District 2 representative.
Thank you. It's really a great honor to be here, second year in a row. I love music. I love what music happens in the schools when our children sing and listen to music. Those good endorphins start going and they're happy, and that's what music's all about. I hope we can bring it back into our schools. I took 9 years of piano growing up, and I really wasn't crazy about it, but I'm so glad that my parents supported me and stayed with me and helped me get through that. I was also in high school chorus, and that was a great hour of relief during the day when all of my other subjects were pretty intense. As a principal for 14 years, I can see how much music changes our children when they go to class. They just have good feelings about what they're doing in class. I have grandchildren who've been in the school system, and unfortunately now with the two music teachers sharing, one teacher sharing 2 schools, they no longer have the chorus performances that they had in the past. Hopefully we can get that back. Music is definitely a part of all of our lives. As a baby boomers, we were dancers and singers, and now we all listen to Sirius XM. It helps us remember those good old years and songs, and maybe some of you grandparents out there can relate to that. One of my most memorable moments about music was when I went to Salzburg, Austria, and visited Wolfgang Mozart's home. That was where he lived in the 1700s. He grew up there, and at 3 years old, he started playing the piano. But what got him interested was his dad, who was teaching his older sister, and his father was the one who said, Wolfgang, let's just go ahead and you can start playing. And that parent involvement and support is what made Wolfgang the super composer that he was. And that's what you parents are doing right here, supporting your children in the chorus performance and future performances today. Today we can hear some of Wolfgang Mozart's music in Bugs Bunny cartoons. I don't know where that is, but I'm about to learn. Rock and roll legends music, such as Billy Joel and Van Halen. And he was a great person. I'm so glad I got to visit his home and see his piano and his 3-story little home that he grew up in. The other thing in Salzburg that I hope you boys and girls listen to or watch the DVD, the original Von Trapp family lived in Salzburg in the 1900s, and there was a true story. There were 7 children in that family. They all sang with their father and their stepmother, and they performed at the Salzburg Music Festival. I also got to see that stage where they performed, but that was really a memorable piece of my life. I hope that we can see music come on much stronger in our elementary schools. Ms. Nico Wickline was a teacher who invited me to her school at Hammett Bowen, and it was beautiful to see the children so engaged. Not one student all day was off task. The sad thing is, the next 9 weeks, she went to another school where she had to work with those kids. So that music class was empty for 2 9-week sessions of the year. Hopefully we'll get that back on board. There'll be a tax referendum in November that hopefully we can help get music back in our schools, as well as art and PE. That's what we need. I'm excited to hear you all. 2 of my former students, when I was principal Shady Hill, are now here. They were first graders when I left. They're now in 5th grade, so I'm anxious to see how they're doing. So let's enjoy.
Thank you, Mrs. Ely. Maybe we can talk her into brushing up on those piano skills and maybe sharing some of that with us next year at the festival. Maybe.
Who can make the difference? Yes, I will make the difference. Against all odds, I can live to share my love with others. Yes, I will make the difference. I can make it. Take my hand as we make this journey across the land.
Yes, I will make the difference. Against all odds, I can live to share my love with others. Yes, I will make the difference. I will make it.
Take my hand as we make this journey
across the land.
The courage to keep going on. I had the faith
when all hope was gone.
I had the strength to keep holding on.
I can make the difference, yes I can. 'Cause I'm the one who can make the difference, yes. I will make a difference. Against all odds, I can live to share my love with others.
this journey.
Across the land,
I have the courage.
to keep going on.
I had the faith.
When all hope was gone,
I had the strength to keep holding on.
I can make the difference. I can make the difference. I can make the difference. Yes, I can. 'Cause I'm the one who can make the difference. Yes, I will make the difference. Against all odds, I can live to share my love with others. Yes, I will make the difference. I will make it.
Take my hand as we make this journey.
Across the land, we're the ones who can make the difference. Yes, we will make the difference. Against all odds, we can live to share our love with others. Yes, we will make the difference. We will make it.
Take my hand as we make this journey.
Across the land, we will make the difference. Yes, we can make it. We will make the difference. Yes, we can make it. We will make the difference. Yes, we can make it. We will make the difference. Yes, we can make it. We will make the difference. Yes, we can make it. We will make it. Take my hand.
That's a great message in that song, You Can Make the Difference. Thank you, Howard Middle School. Great job. Give them another round of applause. Great job. Our next distinguished speaker this evening is Miss Nancy Noonan, a retired educator and longtime supporter of public education. She currently serves as president of Marion's United for Public Education, a grassroots group including teachers, parents, students, and regular citizens, all fighting for stronger and more effective public education. Now, one of the group's primary goals is to fight for essential courses such as art, music, and PE, in addition to essential classes such as history and civics, to form a balanced curriculum not solely dictated by standardized tests. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Miss Nancy Noonan.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's wonderful to be with you. As Mrs. Ely was accounting in her life, music has been a very essential part of my life as well. In combination with music and science, that was part of my life growing up. And in fact, when I graduated from high school in Pennsylvania, I was the first one ever to get the John Philip Sousa Music Award and the Bausch and Lomb Science Award. So those two things, I think, fit nicely together. Tonight, I want to share with you some personal thoughts and some research on the value of music education in our schools. What most people do not realize is music education is a vital necessity to promote appropriate development and heighten academic achievement, like learning the basics, such as reading, writing, math, history, etc. Music education faces a crisis in America, and not only in Marion County. Budget cuts and the new emphasis on high-stakes standardized testing threatens to marginalize the arts programs. Unfortunately, when there is not enough money To go around, it is school music and the art programs that are often the first to be cut. This is a tragedy because a well-rounded music education program can be the key to what makes students successful in their other academic areas. There is good research that shows that students who have musical lessons and activities have higher IQ scores than students who do not. A research body of work by D. Dickinson in Music in the Mind revealed that schools that produce the highest academic achievement in the United States today are spending 20 to 30% of the day on the arts with a special emphasis on music. It has even been shown that including music education into a child's school day early on can positively affect brain development. Students will be happier and smarter if they have access to musical opportunities, and society benefits from the brighter, well-rounded adults. Different components of music education and music itself actually relate to other academic subject areas. Some specific examples would include music can be considered a science of sorts because it deals with sound, acoustics, and timbre. Music can be related to math because of beat, counts, and groupings. Music educators develop and reinforce the concepts of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Music itself can be used as an example of geography because it exists in all places in the world. Music can be an excellent way of learning history because different periods in time have different musical styles. Music education is a vital part of the academic years and should be kept in our schools. That is why Marion's United for Public Education worked with the school board and the county commission to have the 1 mil ad valorem funding on the November 2014 ballot so that all registered voters can help us enhance art, music, and other specific programs. Ray Seaman, my co-founder for Marion's for Public Education, I believe will be next to present to you the full language of this referendum and tell you a little bit about what it is and why it's important. And we both thank you so much for inviting us here. This is certainly a wonderful crowd. I know the students are so happy and proud that they're being supported by all of you. And thank you so much for all you do to help our students.
Thank you, Nancy, and good evening, everyone. You know, as Nancy pointed out, for the election happening this November, you will notice the following referendum on your ballot, and I'm going to read it in full for you. Shall the Marion County School District's ad valorem millage be increased by a total of 1 mil beginning July 1st, 2015 and ending June 30th, 2019 for the necessary operating expenses, including reading, physical education, art, music, library media, and vocational programs, meeting class size requirements, and retaining state-certified teachers and paraprofessionals with oversight of these expenditures by an independent Citizens Financial Oversight Committee. So what does this mean specifically? This is a 1 mil ad valorem funding referendum that would raise around 14 to 16 million for our local public schools over the next 4 years, starting July 1st of next year in 2015. For the average homeowner with the value appraised at $100,000 with a $25,000 homestead exemption, this referendum would cost around $6.25 a month. The revenues from this additional 1 mil would be specifically targeted towards art, music, physical education, library media, reading, and vocational programs. Revenues are also targeted towards hiring full-time state-certified teachers to help us reduce class sizes and meet state-mandated class size requirements. The referendum also provides for the hiring of paraprofessionals, people like teacher aides, who are absolutely essential to the classroom and the day-to-day functions of our schools. Finally, and last but certainly not least, the referendum authorizes the creation of an independent Citizens Financial Oversight Committee, an advisory group appointed by the school board. The committee is responsible for watching over these funds and reports to the school board and the public on a regular basis how these funds are spent. This year's school funding referendum is purposely structured to be comprehensive and affordable, targeted to specific programs, focused on the classroom, and accountable to taxpayers. If you have questions about the referendum or would like to learn more, please stop by the Yes for Marion Schools table before you leave tonight. If you're inclined to support the referendum, and we hope many of you are, we would like to encourage you to sign our petition, also available at our table, so we can stay in touch with you. You know, public education by its nature is a public endeavor. It's a mutual responsibility shared by all in our community, and it's up to all of us to ensure that every child in Marion County has the opportunity to succeed. And I think that all of us can agree that opportunity rests on a good, well-rounded education. So thank you all for listening, and we look forward to seeing many of you after the show. Yes, we can make a difference. Thank you.
Thanks to both of you for sharing your time with us this evening. And now, ladies and gentlemen, on to the part you all have been waiting for. Mrs. Melissa Boombach, the choral director at Howard Middle School, is our 2014 guest conductor for the All-County Elementary Honor Choir. She holds a master's degree in choral conducting from the University of South Florida and a bachelor's degree in music education from Palm Beach Atlantic University. She is the treasurer of the Marion County Music Association and an active participant in the Florida Music Educators Association, the Florida Vocal Association, and the National Association for Music Education. In addition to her and her chorus's many accomplishments and accolades, under her direction, Howard Middle School received a $10,000 Glee Give-A-Note grant. Mrs. Boombach, absolutely, go ahead. Mrs. Boombach has directed the Marion All-County Elementary Honor Choir for the past 3 years, and we're honored again as she returns this year to direct this group you see before you. The 2014 All-County Elementary Honor Choir includes 145 students from 19 elementary schools throughout Marion County. The students performing tonight were chosen to participate in this prestigious event because of their enjoyment of music, their ability to sing on pitch, and we all appreciate that, their ability to follow directions, work independently, and behave as fine young ladies and gentlemen within a large group setting. In short, the honor choir that stands before you tonight is Marion County's musical cream of the crop.
My cat keep the devil in the night. Shut-de-do, keep out the devil. Light a candle, everything's alright. Light a candle, everything's alright. Oh, when I was a baby child. Shut-de-do, keep out the devil. Good and bad was just a game. Shut-de-do, keep the devil in the night. Many years and many trials. Shut-de-do, keep out the devil. Prove to me they're not the same. Shut-de-do, keep the devil in the night. Shut-de-do, keep out the devil. Shut-de-do, keep the devil in the night. Shut-de-do, keep out the devil. Light a candle, everything's alright. Light a candle, everything's alright. Oh, Satan is an evil charmer. Shut-de-do, keep out the devil. He's hungry for a soul to hurt. Shut-de-do, keep the devil in the night. And without your holy armor. Shut-de-do, keep out the devil. He will eat you for dessert. Shut-de-do, keep the devil in the night. Shut-de-do, keep out the devil. Shut-de-do, keep the devil in the night. Shut-de-do, keep out the devil. Light a candle, everything's alright. Light a candle, everything's alright. Hey, hey, you better shut-de-do. You better, hey, hey, you better shut-de-do. Hey, hey, you better shut-de-do. You better, hey, hey, you better shut-de-do. Shut-de-do, shut-de-do. Say a prayer, you won't be back no more. Say a prayer, you won't be back no more. Say a prayer, you won't be back no more. Say a prayer, you won't be back no more. Shut-de-do, keep out the devil. Shut-de-do, keep the devil in the night. Shut-de-do, keep out the devil. Light a candle, everything's alright. Light a candle, everything's alright. Light a candle, everything's alright. Light a candle, everything's
Tonight truly is a remarkable achievement for all of these young people, one we know they will remember for many years to come, and it is important to remember this would not be possible without music education in our schools. Please, one more time, give our young folks a round of applause. At this point, indulge me and let me share a short story with you. The year 1973. The person, a 5-year-old kindergarten student. The location, Pickerington, Ohio, a small suburb just outside of Columbus. The inspiration, music class with Mrs. Huffman. The challenge, helping a young new piano student develop their abilities and talents. The tools, various classrooms over the next 13 years. The result, a musician who makes part of their living to this day by playing piano. The reflection, over time, the solid and successful foundations laid in music and band classes through elementary, middle, and high school. The answer, a person who moonlights as the public relations officer for this school district. Yes, this person is me, and I'm proud to say public education works, and so do music, art, and PE classes. Before we continue tonight's concert, and as our older students take the stage, we would like to acknowledge some exceptional people here tonight. First, I want to make sure to check out the back of our program. I encourage you to do that for all of our special thanks to those who helped make tonight's program possible. And here to help us extend even more thanks is our district coordinator of all of our arts programs, Miss Marion Needham.
Good evening to all of you. That was just absolutely fabulous. I'm constantly amazed at the talent of our students and the talent and passion of our music educators. Before we come to the conclusion of this exceptional concert, we'd like to acknowledge some exceptional people tonight. First and foremost, our talented young students. Your music teachers, parents, and family are very proud of your dedication and hard work. Congratulations for a job well done tonight. Next, we give special recognition and thanks to our distinguished speakers, Mr. George Tomlin, our Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Carol Ely, one of our school board members, and Ms. Nancy Noonan, the President of Marion's United for Public Education, and Mr. Ray Seaman. Also, we're thankful for the generous donations from Silver Springs Bottled Water Company for the water they provided tonight for our students. Also, Woods Printing for printing the programs that you have with you. And of course, Westport High School for the use of this fabulous Performing Arts Center. And finally, we give an extra special thanks to the Marion County Music Association and our amazing music educators for creating this concert. Without their passion and dedication, we would not be here listening to the beautiful sounds of our children's voices. Please join me in acknowledging our participating schools and our wonderful music educators and administrators as the music teachers come up to receive a participation certificate and the administrators stand in recognition.
I'm going to ask the music teachers and the students on stage to help me recognize the people who also make tonight possible, everybody in the audience. For some of you, this next statement may be quite appropriate. I talk with a lot of people who say, oh my gosh, I'm just a horrible musician. I sing in the shower, but that's it. And I can play the radio in my car, and that's about it. And my response is, it takes two kinds of people to make music. Those who have the ability to make it, and those who have the appreciation to listen to it. So thank you for being here tonight.